Hi, welcome to another welcome to back to my show. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jose. For those who are new to my channel, I do a lot of things. So I do mainly astrology, micro astrology. I work with sorry, I'm distracted by the candle. I work with a lot of asteroids. And I also do music, instrumental music, and I used to be in a swim team. Um, Sometimes I forget, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. And then I love languages. So that's my spiel. That's my little thing. Not my spiel, but yeah. So I wanted to talk about um I wanted to share with you, like, I guess you can call it my tricks and tips and all that stuff I'm going to give here. But before I start, I want to make sure that it's important to have a change or a shift in mindset. For those who already haven't been doing that, that's great. It's okay, I mean, if you have also, that's great. Doesn't matter, you're not being judged. Um, so feel free to and share anything with me. I'm not here to judge. I'm just, I'm here for you. But at the same time, I am also human, so I have like my opinions. That's we all have an opinion. That's fine. We're here to share and learn from each other. Um, but the thing is, really, don't focus on, before I give my tricks or my tips here, focus not on the doing. It's more about the being. Okay. Which brings me to my first trick. It's not really a trick. It's just really going within. And this is what's helped me with both my psychic abilities, my mediumship. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention I'm new to divination and certain parts of divination and mediumship, evidential mediumship. Um, so go within. Okay, so it's easier said than done, of course, but going within is really about finding that silence, that moment. For those who don't already do that, especially if you're new to astrology, this is part of it as well. Because when you're doing a reading for someone, you want to be in that energy state as well. You can't just be giving facts. The reason sometimes people don't actually even are receptive to things like a reading, let alone an astrological reading, is because they're blocked. Like they're not, they have doubts, they have all these things, you're not open. So it's all about energy. That's the point. It's about energy. So whatever your energy is, what will help with that is to go within. So it doesn't matter whether you have a hyperactive mind, you have ADHD, or you're diagnosed with ADHD, or all those things. It doesn't matter. The point is, are you going within? So this isn't about being still as in not doing anything, or being still as in like being quiet. It's not that. It's your awareness of it, your consciousness and the level of consciousness with where you're headed, well, with where you are, okay? But where you headed after that. What I mean by that is your intentions. Okay, your intentions of like what I'm going to use Bashar's word, your your highest excitement. Taking it as far as you can without without absolutely any attachment to the outcome, and staying in a positive mind state. There is negativity, but you learn from that, right? So, but a lot of it is through that. Now, for those who do have active minds who are kind of, very quick to think, and you kind of go here and there, they can't focus, especially with astrology. You need a lot more focus when it comes to astrology. Um, Try things like moving meditations. So I'm going to share with you two websites that I find that I've, these are the websites basically. There's the Wim Hof method. This is the one that's actually helped me be still. And when I say be still, I mean like literally help me surrender. Now, many people will be like, for I go into the snow, I go into the ice and all that stuff. No, you start simple. Look it up. You start with a cold shower, but you do the breathing first. And what that does, the breathing method of the Wim Hof method actually gets you, uh, I guess you can say revved up, so to speak. Like it opens up the nerves. And then you have DMT. You have DMT. For those who don't know what DMT is, it's like this drug that gets you in a different state of consciousness. Um, I don't know what to call it. DMT. We can create it through breathing. This is why many people who've done a lot of yoga, we've done a lot of qigong and all that stuff, which actually brings me to this other website. It's Holden Qigong. It's great stuff he teaches. But anyways, with Wim Hof method, it's there's many advantages to why becoming more in touch with your inner power, your inner self, the gift of the breath, the gift of the body, gift of the immune system, is to work with it because your body can heal itself, right? And you can be strong with that. We're not talking like I need to be buff strong, and it's not about the looks, it's about the actual energy. So this is what the Wim Hof method has shown me to be okay with the cold and also be okay with. In fact, I love the cold now. First, it's like it's a shock, but you train your body to do that. The Wim Hof method shows you how to do that. There's the website itself. You can download the app. Okay. Um, there's a basic timer there, and you can actually pay for it for a whole year. It's like $47 USD for the whole year. Okay, that's like about what is that? Let me do that calculation here. Wait 1 second. So 47 divided by 365. So that's like 12, that's like 13 cents a day. Okay. 13 cents a day. Let's say times 30 average. That's like $4 a day or $4 a month. Okay. So that's like nothing. Even if it was, a little hard at the moment, try it, give it a try. It's good. It's a good experience. Trust me. It's helped me wake up. It's helped me be conscious and be present in the moment, even as I speak, even if I were to speak fast, even if I were to have like an really active mind, like ADHD or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Or if I were really slowing down, it's still present. It's still your energy. It's not about the speed or the slowness or the speed of how you're speaking or how you interact with it or how you move. It's not about that. It's about becoming more present. And presence is it's one of the symptoms of presence is literally is slowness, but it's not slow. It's not about slowness. Okay. So there's that. Give it a look, see, do your research. But the best way is to just go for it. 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 Okay. And trust me, it's not that hard. Qigong is probably an easier one for some people because it's a moving meditation. It's kind of like yoga, except in yoga you're doing more body stuff. Qigong, you're really working with the breath. Okay. Um, okay. So the other thing is, of course, to create a cheat sheet. Um, when you create a cheat sheet, I've shown you partially how to do it. Like you have your notes, whatever you work with. Let's say you have your sun, you're trying to figure out what it means for you, right? Many people will have definitions of what the sun is for them. Same thing with the books, they'll have different words for it. There is a common lingo in astrology, so go with that as well. Combine both what's already been there for the last 3,000 years or so, okay, and make your own, add to it what you can get from that. Okay. It could be a representation of the father. It could be this and it could be that. It could be this. It could be that. Make a list. Make a list or put it in boxes if you want to. Make a table out of it. Right? Do what you can. Do what was organized for you. But stop taking notes. That's the whole point. Stop taking notes and then going back to it as if it's like, no, you make it sort of a cheat sheet so that when you look into it, it looks like it's meant for you to, that intention, that energy you have to make it so that when you look at it, it's going to be, oh, what's that? It's going to be something that you just look into and you use right away, right? But if you really want to, I guess if you really want to make it sort of something that you remember, you'll want to, oh, just have fun. That's the key word for that. I posted a video on this about I'm going to be Yeah, I did post a video about having fun. It's the way into the subconscious. When you remember things, the reason you remember things is because you had fun with them. Well, we're talking about the things you remember the most, like the longest, things that you remember long term. Those are the ones where you have deep emotional connections to. You're part of the situation, you're part of the process, you're part of the experience. Okay. And you really just have fun. You had fun. Those are the things you remember. That's real memory because it goes into the subconscious. Okay. Yeah, so stop memorizing. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. It doesn't work. Okay. Take it from me. Even I have good memory. Memorizing hurts the head. It hurts the frontal cortex. It hurts the conscious part of the brain. Okay. The subconscious is where it's real memory is at. The conscious is used for bringing attention. The consciousness is used for watching how you speak, mindfulness. That's different. They work together. But if you want to remember, don't try to remember. You cannot force a river. You cannot force a river to submit to you. You must go with the flow of it. That's a line, sort of like lines from Doctor Strange. And so you notice how it like this. That's because I'm forcing the memory, right? That doesn't work all the time. If you want it to be automatic, you want it to be closer to automatic or getting to that in that direction, have fun, have fun, have fun. Create memories for yourself. Um, anyways, what I'm going to do is show you how I kind of, let's say I have a new, let's say I have a new planet, let's say. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how I do it quickly, just as an easy way of doing it. So let's say we go to that same website, which I'm going to show it to you right now. Okay, hold on. So let's say I have here on my notes, let's see, what's an asteroid that I haven't discovered yet? It's nice when it's based on a mythology because now you can go from the story. If it's like named after, like if an asteroid or a body is named after something that is like a person, usually the biography of that person is too really long. By all means, go ahead and do your research on that, but it's usually with mythologies, it's more straightforward. It's a little shorter. You can get straight to the point. I'll show you what I mean by this. Okay, let's go with Ptah. Okay, so this is uh, on Wikipedia. This is what I saw, or rather, this is what I got. So Ptah here is okay. So it says reconstructed. Da, da, da. I actually include the name in there because that'll help me use what it means. Okay, so it's a creator deity. So that means he's about creation. You see that? Okay. He's a patron deity of craftsman and architect. So he's to include creation, building, so crafting, arts and crafts, architecture, architects. Okay, that's part of that. Okay. The father of the sage Imhotep. Okay, well, I don't know if it's really counts as that because you have so many fathers and parents, in the myth. You don't, he's not significant fathers. Okay. Mm, creator God could see the world brought through being creative power of speech. Power of speech. You see that right there? That's a big one. Power of speech. That's Ptah. Okay. So you get what I'm saying. So once you have all that stuff, you go into your notes. Where's my notes now? Mhm. So let's say I have Ptah. Okay. And then what I do is Where are we here? Sorry, 1 second. Okay, here we go. So I go into this stuff right here. You can see. So I pata, I have what did I say? Creation, creative and creativity. Okay, he's about what is it? Power of speech. And then you go beyond that. So you go, what's power of speech like? So influence. Okay. Um, creative talking, right? So that's also probably includes like oratory skills. Okay. That's one thing. Okay. There's also what is it? Oh, architecture. I'm just gonna say architects. Okay. So buildings. Okay. Etc. So the list goes on, and your list will eventually build up as you do more research on this on the specific asteroid or body. It's called body. So that's an example. You see how that makes sense, right? And then the same thing with the other bodies. Whatever you do your research on, that's what it is. We'll start with the simple things like this, okay? If you want to further organize it, you can't organize it based on the disciplines in astrology. Like you could use it. What about medical astrology? How is that applied to that? Well, you figure it out because you'll see that, for example, if we look back into the mythology, you'll see something related to the body. Okay, craft the world and design of his heart. So right away, I didn't even look for that. You notice that? I said heart. You see that? Heart. So Ptah in astrology, if you look at the asteroid, would be pertaining to anything related to the heart. So cardiovascular things, heart. Does that make sense? I hope it does. And then you go into, let's say, what about mundane astrology? That's a cool one because it's about places, society. Okay. So let's see if we can find something with places. Okay. Sometimes represented as a dwarf, naked and deformed. Okay. So, okay, that's another one here. But see, naked and deformed. So nakedness or deformities, that can be pata as well. Okay. So when it comes to places, you can say that it's maybe borders of Egypt. You can say, or Eastern Mediterranean, or maybe Northern Africa, Phoenicians, Carthage. That can still be there. Okay. This is, oh, look at this, green skin. That's medical astrology. Okay. Beards. That's the medical astrology. Okay. Okay. Let's keep going. So there's several things. You just gotta figure out what the discipline is. If it's mundane astrology, it's usually places in the world, maybe cities as well, including that, bodies of water, bodies of land, whatever it is, it's place. That's mundane. It's also related to like events. So it could be anything pertaining to um, things that happen, right? Medical would be like that. What if it's love astrology? What if you want to add it to love astrology? Something to do with relationships. So anything that's words that's tied to that. Okay. Does that make sense? Trust yourself as you do this. Okay. Um, so that's it. I'm going to go back into that list here. I'm actually going to add that here. So green skin, deformity, stuff like that. Okay, so that would be part of that list here. As your list grows, you start to feel like maybe you want to reorganize it. Go ahead and do that. Otherwise, keep it like this. Maybe categorize it. Maybe this will be like general, I don't know, this would be like body. I don't know what it is. Whatever. Because when you're doing a reading for someone, you'll see it. Okay. Um, that's how you make a simple cheat sheet list. Okay. Um, there are other things too. You can use astronomical data as well. Astronomy. If you look at Ptah, like the asteroid, like the name of it, you'll see as well dates in there. Those are kind of tricky to use, but I discovered numerology is added up. But that's for another time. Gets a little confusing. Um, the general feel of Ptah maybe would be kind of tied to evolutionary astrology, right? Just other stuff too, like whatever works at that time. So start with basic, what it means for you, the meaning, symbolism, representation of the asteroid Ptah, named after this god, right? Okay. Now I'm going to close this one and I'm going to go into the other tips or the other tricks, as I said. Okay. The other one. Okay. So that was number two, cheat sheet. Number three, anything that helps you process with ease. So again, you could color code, you could add spaces, right? Bullet points, that kind of stuff. Okay. Put it in boxes or grids, whatever it is. Use a map, use sort of what we call that, a web. Okay. Whatever it helps you, a Venn diagram, I don't know. Okay. Um, Draw images. It help you kind of associate what this is. Draw images, symbols, whatever works for you. Okay. Anything that will help you with the process of it. When you look at it, it's like, okay, cool, that's what it is. Okay. Now, that was number three. Number four, if you're saving this on file and you're using your laptop, especially when you're reading during like in an office or somewhere here, like in a laptop thing, like a sort of office situation, office environment, um, you want to use some of these shortcuts. Okay. One of them is the biggest one I find is Control S for PC or Microsoft, or Command S for Mac or Apple. That's saving it. You always want to save your files. Now I'm using notes. The notes on here already, depending on your setting, already saves it. But if you want to save this on your file later, save it to your email. This is one of the most accessible places in the world. Save it to your email. Save it, literally email the file to yourself and say, or the notes that you have, and finish it later. Come back to it. Copy and paste it, copy and paste it. That's another thing. Copy and paste is another important command, a shortcut. Okay, or keyboard shortcut is what it's called. Control C or Command C, and then becomes Control uh, V or Command V. Okay, Control A or Command A is also you're selecting everything. That's another one. Okay, because let's say you're copying and pasting, and instead of sending the file to you from notes, for example, or if you are just sending a file and you only want parts or you actually want everything, depends, right? If you want everything, Control A or Command A. Okay. Um, the other one, the other keyboard shortcut command is called Control F or Command F, which means find. So when you have your file already, let's say you have your file, even if it's a note thing, and again, remember this is your desktop office. You're not on your phone, your iPad. You don't need to do anything. You actually shortcut your own keyboard. Instead of using your mouse to kind of drag everything, look for things. Sometimes you're like, where are my notes? I don't know. Let's say you have like already 10 bodies that you're working with, and you're looking for specific things about something. Control F will help you find that. Just type it in. Oh, what if I want to read a chart, the person's chart, and they're asking about, let's say, memory or something. Control F, type in memory. Did you save something, the memory that is associated with that asteroid, with that dwarf planet, with that body? Doesn't matter, planet, whatever. Okay. Did you have that? If you don't, that's fine. Then maybe you consult one of your astro books. Okay. You buy one. Uh, I'll put several links below after this at the end of the video about where you can go. It's like there is a book by Judy Hall called Astrology Bible. You can start with that. There's also McEvers. I'll actually put a link below. I'll put those links below and the comments. I'm going to put it here just so I don't forget. Okay, I'm going to put that later. Okay, so there's that. And then the other thing, of course, is another thing that's shortcut. It's not really shortcut. Is backup. Create backups. send your file to your email or send your file. If it's a notes sort of thing, you can email it to yourself or you can just copy and paste it onto your email. That's fine, easy, right? Or you can save the file once it's already been converted, let's say to PDF. That's what I like to do. I like to save my files through Word so that it's really organized. And then I save it as a PDF so that it's easier to access in many places. Either way, because Word is you can change it, right? You can edit it. But if you save it to PDF, it's you cannot edit it unless you have a PDF editor, right? To save it to Google Docs or Google Drive, again, or email, okay? Or save it to a hard drive. Simple, okay? Um, the other thing is though, if you don't want to have that much of a huge cheat sheet for yourself, the reason again, reminder that when you have a cheat sheet, the reason for it is so that it's easy access. So you don't have to go back to the book and go like, what's this thing again? What's this thing again? What's this thing again? Right? Just like it's cumbersome, right? So the best is to um some people want to study, of course. I know there's people who want to study, they study, but it's kind of like takes away from the excitement and the energy of just going for it. So why not create a cheat sheet? So when you have your source, your book, whatever it is you get, take notes from that. But you make sure your notes no longer become notes, they become your part of your cheat sheet. Create shortcuts. All you're doing is really summarizing it and narrowing it down. Write it down on the cheat sheet. Write it down or type it up. Your whatever's faster for you, whatever's more convenient for you. But make sure when you have a cheat sheet, it's something that you can go back to and something that's preferably backed up. Okay. Um, by the way, you can also have a PDF version if instead of getting an actual book, an astrology book, um, get a PDF version of that. If you can get a PDF version of that or Kindle, I don't know if you could do Control F or Command F on Kindle editions. You know, when you go to Amazon, you can get the Kindle version of books. You can. Actually, there is a Kindle version of Judy Hall's book. Let me see if I can find it. Let's go back to the. Let's go to Amazon. Let's see. Woohoo. Okay, so I type in Judy Hall. Okay, astrology. You'll see right here, right there. That's the one. Okay, and you'll find that there's a Kindle edition available instantly. It is cheaper than the actual paper form. I like to have both if I can. Um, then once you purchase it, and if you find a PDF version of that, you can get it. Unless the Kindle can be converted to a PDF version. If it's a Kindle version, that means it's going to be electronic. So that means you can probably most likely have a control find or command find so that it's faster, right? So you guys use it again instead of like going back into it and trying to memorize. Okay. What was the other thing I was saying? Okay, so that's that. Okay. Number five. Okay, the other trick I wanted to show you is just was quite a simple, but try to use it. Power of the imagination and fantasy, right? So expose yourself. So sometimes instead of going to the book and trying to like memorize it, make it a part of your mystery. Make it a part of your what goes into your mystic side, your mysticism, your water, the element of water in yourself. Water is good for memory, right? And water is often tied to myth, mystery, mysticism, fantasy, illusions, all those things, imagination, emotions. So you want to be part of what you're doing. That means if you have to go through like movies, um, there are movies that have myth, right? Just look it up. There's a lot. There's a lot throughout history or throughout time or you know, there's a lot. Okay. So you look it up, mythology movies. If you're really into that, go for it. But don't do it because I told you to go into it. Okay. Clash of the Titans, I love that one. Gods of Egypt, that one's yeah, I've seen Wrath of the Titans. Percy Jackson, the Olympians. I love that. These ones, I love that. Okay. Troy, that's part of that. Okay. So if whatever is Jason and the Argonauts, that's an old one. The cartoon Hercules or the TV show Hercules. There's Hercules. There's Xena as well. There's characters in there. So whatever gets you into the mood and like, connects you to that, the myth side of yourself. Okay. There's a lot of other stuff. There's Thor. Okay. Of course, there's Thor. Okay. I'm not sure if Sinbad is in astrology or body. Okay, Troy, Fallen City. There's a lot more than what's on this list. Okay, so go with that. Go with movies. Go with books. You read books on mythology. Okay, um, and also like I said, have drawings. Right, draw things. Use your imagination. Use that part of yourself, the creative side. Use the right brain, and that will help you also be more um, in tune with the flow of that water in yourself. Okay. Okay. Number six, don't treat the birth chart or don't treat astrology as if it's just like, when I say don't, I don't mean I'm not forcing you, but see astrology as a kind of a way to help you get to know yourself. Okay. So go consult your birth chart as you go through this. You are the one who can confirm what has happened in your life, unless you're a newborn, you're still yet to experience. Okay. Um, consult your birth chart as often as you can, or as often as you feel like it. Go with the feeling, okay? As if again you're getting to know yourself more. So there's four things I came up with: curiosity, conjecture, consulting, or consultation, consult, and confirm. See? Curiosity or curious, conjecture, consult, confirm. Four C's. Okay. What I mean by this is be curious about what you're experiencing or whatever, even if it's happened in the past, you're like, okay, this does happen. I wonder if it's in the charts. Okay. I wonder if it's in my birth chart. So that you're conjecturing, there's conjecture there, right? And then you consult it, you look at it, okay, cool. Then you look at the planets, oh, I think that's what it is. Okay, cool. So trust your intuition as well. And then look up your sources and confirm with that as well. Is just what it means. So connect the dots. Trust that what you're doing is for a reason. Trust that it's helping you, and which in turn will help other people. I hope that helps. Okay. Um, because I've given you examples on previous videos, so I don't want to make the video too long. But like for example, um, I have Sun conjunct, I have Sun conjunct Pluto. When I discovered that I had that placement, I what was it? What happened? I started realizing, it's like, oh yeah. And then when I learned that the sun represents my father and the Pluto represents power struggles, I did learn through how to work with power with my dad and kind of be on even grounds with him. And that's what I learned. So, but before when I was a kid, he was like this kind of domineering. Uh, there was toxicity as well there. Like he didn't understand what he was doing. Like he was very like aloof. He was there, so I felt very toxic. So here's a little side note here that when it comes to astrology, the charts are not only representative of your experience, with what your soul came here to do, but also um, it's a perception of the choice that your soul made to come here to learn. Again, the charts show perception, especially your birth chart. It is your perception of the reality that you came here to learn from and grow up, right? So, uh, because if you look at your chart and you look at, just say, your sibling's chart, and you look at, like, let's say, the fourth house, for example, the family, you notice that the chart is going to show and prove that your perception of family is going to be different from your perception of your let's say your sisters or your brothers, whoever, your sibling. I looked at my sister's chart. I've seen my sister's chart. And so the way she sees it is different from mine. So obviously, do you see what I mean? So family to her is different from family from me. So in other words, it is perception. Do you see that? It's magical, right? It's like, oh, it's perception. I didn't know that. Yeah, your birth chart is your perception of reality, of this reality, right? So that was that. Okay, and last but not least, similar to number one, my little trick or tip, it's more like a tip. Look for ways to just be here and now. When I say ways, I don't necessarily mean methods, but the methods will help you get there if that really helps you. But eventually you're going to let them go because you don't want them to be a crutch, right? The point is when you're here and now, you're just present. That's all. And how it helps you with astrology is going to be, well, yes, up to you, but also because it's as you learn more in astrology, you start to realize how it's all connected to just being the present. That's where reality is. You start to have all these realizations that you're like, oh, this is what it is. Oh, that's what it was. And then you also get insights too more easily when you're present because you're not overthinking things and relying on data alone. You're going like, I remember this emotion. I remember that time. And then it starts coming to you because we've been conditioned, right? We've been conditioned to believe that you must just use the left brain. You must like work. Yes. Achieve. Label, 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 label. Right. So it's all those things that we've been conditioned to, again, this is not blame. It's just like, but we do have that, you know, part of ourselves that wants to point fingers and say, oh, society did this. Stop giving over your power. Stop giving it over. Okay. Practice presence, and that will help you be conscious. Okay. Reduce also screen time. Reduce watching short length videos like shorts. It's like they might be useful for some things, but when you get addicted to shorts because it's a dopamine high, like video games, it depends. Easy things that we when we're satisfying things right away, or what I call the instant gratification, or IG, Instagram, get the joke. Um, the dopamine rush, right? Because you're just getting it. And then people wonder why. It's like, oh, I can't focus. I can't last long in a job, or I can't do this, or I have a hard time this. Because there's reactiveness. It doesn't have to be that way. Get away from that dopamine rush, reduce it if you can, as much as you can. That will help you not sneeze, but maybe. That will help you foster patience. The other thing is to celebrate as well. Okay. Celebrate your little things. It doesn't mean having a party. It just means like, yay, I did this. Right? Connect with your higher self, connect with your divinity within. Go within, like I said in the beginning. Baby steps. That's like nature. You are nature. You think a tree will grow into a tree just because you planted the seed a week before? No, it takes time. We forget that. We think that it's like, oh, we have this like one thing, one solution for everything. We have like a quick fix, the quick fix mentality of the modern age. Yay. Right. That doesn't help. That doesn't help. Doesn't help. If you want things to succeed, not because you're attached to the outcome, but if you want things to be of quality, that includes quality friendships, quality relationships, quality work, quality time, quality, you be in the moment. Okay. And the fun part about this is the fun. When you are in the moment and you actually like, oh, this is cool. To just, just be in the moment. Not ex You'll start to feel the energy and you're like, I'm very much concerned about the outcome. I want the results now, 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 now. What happens is you become impatient. So it's not fun. Real fun and joy is childlike. It's like a toddler just being there. And they may cry. That's just a physical response, but we perceive as like, oh, instant gratification. That's different. Instant gratification is conditioned through the repeated exposure and practice or experience of getting exactly what you want very right away. But when a baby does cry, it's just a natural physical reaction. It's not that they need to be, but that's where we lose it. But so when we are growing up, we think that it's like, oh, this is what it is, especially if we were spoiled. Not because, being spoiled is a bad or good thing. It's not a label, it's just that in order for us to do something like astrology, for example, we need to find what real fun is for us. Right? So that will lead to patience. Okay. So I hope that, and I hope my words are not condescending. Sometimes I feel like they are. And I apologize if it is. My intention is not to do that. My intention is that you just go for it. Have fun. Be in the moment. Okay. And trust yourself. And that's it for now. Thank you for watching. I hope that helps. Leave comments below. Again, I will not sponsor anything that does not resonate with me. But also like and subscribe. So thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye.